The second major scandal unearthed at the National Youth Service, running into billions of shillings, seems to be following the well-laid plan of using dubious companies to swindle the public. As investigations into the scam continue, it is imagined that several shell companies were used to loot massive amounts of cash from NYS at the expense of genuine pre-qualified companies. Now, the effect of the scandal on these businessmen has been dire and grave in some cases. NTV's Brenda Wanga spoke to one such victim who believes the dealings with NYS led to the death of his wife.
Samuel Momanyi catches up on the day's news. For the last 1 week, he has been keenly watching the latest NYS saga unfold. The revelation that close to 9 billion shillings has been siphoned off from the public coffers through the NYS have hit close to home to this businessman. Samuel, alongside his late wife Isabella Nyanchoma, were suppliers to the NYS for years, and business had been good.
I showed her how to do business. I coached her about the business. I even registered the company for her.
Then there was an established system of supplying and payment for government jobs.
During the administration of Mwai Kibaki, remember I used to say, no carrying forward bills. Every quarter government gives money to the department, so also pay everybody. So it was fantastic. I mean, business was very good.
Momanyi says things started to change from 2013, at least in the NYS circles. The expansion of the National Youth Service meant more demand for goods and services, and with increasing pressure for NYS to deliver on numerous projects, the processes that Momanyi's wife and other business people had become accustomed to were quickly discarded. Goods were supplied to the NYS with the promise that paperwork and payment would be dealt with later. The late Isabella, like many other suppliers, heeded the call to supply foodstuff to the NYS through her company, WESH Agencies. She also supplied building material for the slum upgrading programs. Then she waited for the payment to come in. Unknown to her, it will be a wait that would last for the rest of her life. Investigations have now revealed that while people like her supplied the goods, the payments went to line the pockets of well-connected individuals operating dubious companies.
Because you used to supply, but the payment has not been done. So I'm sure that kind of thing now, the pressure, because it's human beings.
And with the debts piling up, she turned to loans to clear with her own suppliers. Her husband tells us that around 2015, her health began deteriorating. The pressure from the debts and anxiety took a toll on her well-being.
When you are under pressure financially, you can never be yourself. It has the effect on you, and particularly you develop high. These things are related to state of mind. Yeah, when you are having those pressures, financial pressure, and your friends are even doubting you because you are not paying back on time. Even your banks are not, they are doubting whether you are the same person who used to behave very well. Your account is no longer, it's raising queries. I'm sure that's how she got into all problems. Otherwise, because she was at first very vibrant, very energetic.
The second round of the NYS scandal has already claimed 2 scalps, that of the Director General of the NYS and the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Interior. Action that the widower says isn't enough.
For me, it's nothing. I did not even want to. I have not read about it because that's no action. Considering the number of Kenyans, the amount of suffering we have gone through, we wanted really serious action to be taken.
Initial reports from the probe into the fresh NYS scam found that over 8 billion shillings had been paid to ghost companies. About 40 companies are believed to have been involved in the recent scam, where some of these companies are not even registered. This week, the Director of Public Prosecutions suggested that the government officials had found loopholes and have been using them to siphon public funds. He knows that nothing can bring back his wife of 32 years, but he wants to see those responsible for the looting that he says was in turn responsible for the death of his wife and the disruption and near destruction of their social life brought to book. Brenda Wanga, NTV.